Good morning. Yeah, we're just about done loading up and about to leave the cozy cabin in Island Park. So we got most of our stuff in here. Now we got some different stuff to take home than what we brought. We're still plugged in with the EVSC around the house there, just on level 1. And car was snow covered this morning. And we got the snow off it. Did a little defrost, and so it's basically ready to go. We shoveled all this snow here in front of the house. We cleared all this. This was about 5 feet tall. And we went all the way back there so that we can leave these shutters open so that the snow from the roof can unload without doing any damage to the windows. And we got still light in the cabin. Makes it so much nicer. So let's look inside here real quick. It was plugged in all night long. On the EVSC, on the mobile charge cord. It's showing now 92. When I checked the app, I don't know, about 30 minutes ago, it showed 96 and it stopped charging at that point. And since I done the defrost, and obviously now the car's running, we were loading up, so it's been using power since. And yeah, we just get that 1 kilowatt right there. That's all you can get. So we're probably gonna leave here with about the 92% or so. And yeah, so let's do some route planning real quick. Let's get rid of this. Let's bring the superchargers on. So there's different options. Let's see, Butte. Let's calculate this real quick. Or real quick, yeah. Okay, right now it says we could get there with 17%, but I know these conditions aren't that great and the car doesn't really know that. So the 17% is very questionable at this point. Probably if we go slower, 55 like we done. So coming here is Ennis. From Ennis all the way to here, we done 55 coming here. So this would be the same route back to Butte. And I got a feeling we would not make that with 17%. And we can see here it's 147 miles to Butte. So another option would be, let's bring these superchargers back. So we could go Bozeman. And that's what we quite frequently do. We come one way and go home another way. So Bozeman is way up there. We're way down, well, down here. So we will go back to west. There's a supercharger, but by that time we're only about 10% down or so from wherever we're at. And so going to Bozeman, it's only 118 miles. So we're about 30 miles less to Bozeman than to Butte. And here it says 36%. So we got a good chance getting to Bozeman. Probably not with 36%. It really depends on how the weather is going up here and how the road conditions are. Overall, this may be a little slower drive, just because it's basically following a river going through the valley there. And so it can be a little tough, but actually it shows 2 hours 15 minutes, so it should be a little shorter drive time wise. And we got, well, another supercharger almost halfway here in Big Sky. It is a little off. Oh hell, these MCU ones are slow. That's what you get when you purchase a classic Tesla. It's got very little reception too, as you can see here. Only 1 bar. There we go. So we drive by here, but we could go up here to Big Sky. Whoa! To Big Sky and charge in Big Sky if we needed to or wanted to. Usually Big Sky is in that area is about the spot where we need to go to the bathroom. So we could go up to Big Sky real quick and plug in, go to the bathroom there, get a few extra percent, and then definitely would not have to worry about anything. So I think we're going for this route because this is a much well, it's a shorter distance and we have this Big Sky in there, so we can go full blast if we can without having to worry about range whatsoever. And then from Bozeman, let's see here, let's make this a little smaller. It's a little slow here. All right, from Bozeman here to Butte right there, that's all interstate. It's relatively easy driving and a relatively short distance, and so we can charge in Bozeman and then race over to Butte, charge there, and then from Butte to Missoula going home. So I think that's the plan. It is mile-wise a little bit longer. I think it's about 40 miles more for the total trip, but time-wise it may actually be faster because we don't have to worry about range, and so we can just go the speed limit if we can, let's say. But yeah, and this makes for a different drive rather than going back the same way, which is kind of nice, so we don't have to look at the same stuff all the time. So I think that's what we're going to do, heading for Bozeman. Let's see here if we can do Big Sky real quick, just to see how far this would be. Going slow. Going really slow. There we go. So Big Sky, we could get to Big Sky with 51% according to this. So we could blast up there. Well, if road conditions allow. I mean, it's going over here this way isn't usually too bad. That's what we did yesterday, going to Yellowstone and back. Going up here, this actually goes through Yellowstone National Park for a little bit right there. And I think in here it's a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit anyway. There's lots of wildlife from basically from here on up to about there is lots of wildlife, and so you could have bison, elk, or all kinds of different critters on the road. So, but yeah, Big Sky would be 79 miles. So we could blast up there. We'll just see, we'll play it by ear. Once we come up to this point here, we decide if we keep going to Bozeman or if we make the turn off to Big Sky and get a little additional charge. All right, so now I just gotta load up wife and kid, and then off we go. We are in Bozeman. We didn't even stop in Big Sky. It was actually working very well. We just kind of blasted up through there. It was good all the way to Big Sky. Well, they were crappy roads, but they were basically good. They were just winter roads. And from Big Sky on, you're going up through the canyon along the river. And that's where we had traffic, and we went 30 to 40 miles an hour. Before that, it was actually fun, and the car handled great going through the snow there. So yeah, no issues with the rear-wheel drive Tesla. Anyway, we got here to Bozeman. We're not at the Supercharger yet. We're actually at a place called Best Burger, and we're going to grab some burgers. But well, we're here with 36%. That's why we just blasted by that Big Sky Supercharger. There was really no need to stop there. It went pretty good. We had some high winds, but we didn't really have headwinds. It was kind of side winds, maybe even some tailwinds. So that was not too bad at all. And so if you want to look here, since last charge there, we only used 299 watt hours per mile. So we did really good, and so far we done 112 miles. Well, one of the advantages going back home is it's actually going downhill. Island Park is about 6,000 feet elevation, and so we're going downhill. Eventually, Missoula will be about 3,200 feet, so yes, going there is an uphill battle, but going back home is pretty good. And so we did really good here. So now we're picking up some burgers, and then we'll move on to the Supercharger. That was it, 70 kilowatts. Now we're dropping. Okay, we'll be here for a little bit. Let's see. Where is it? Butte. 20 minutes. So we are done eating. There's some sweet potato fries left, but that's about it. The Best burgers were super tasty, and we ate it all. And the car still has about 10 minutes, but it's working on the buffer right now. We're having now 5%. So we maybe need about 10 or so that we don't have to worry about headwinds or anything. From here on, it is on the interstate on I-90 to Butte, and the speed limit is 80 miles per hour, so we probably want to have a minimum of 10% buffer here. So we got a few more minutes. In the meantime, the charger has gotten busy. There was one guy over here with a classic S, he's gone. Now we got this guy, he's got a damaged Model 3. And over here we got a performance dual motor Model S. So, and well, these two have been to the bathroom while I was getting the food, since the restaurant itself was closed and only the drive-thru was open. But I still have to go, so I'm gonna walk across the street. There is a gas station somewhere that way over there, and so I'm gonna go over there to the bathroom real quick, and hopefully by the time I get back, the car is ready to go. Okay, I just got back into the car, and as I got in, it switched from 5 minutes to giving us directions to Butte, so it's ready to go. It's got 15% estimated arrival there. We're going pretty low, 36 kilowatts only. So I guess we'll unplug and get out of here. We are on the way to the Supercharger. We are in Butte, but we're taking a little different way to get there, because I want to stop at this car wash we seen a couple days ago. There's a brand spanking new looking car wash there with lots of self-wash bays and 2 no-touch automatics and a soft touch automatic car wash. So we want to stop in there and see if we can get the car washed. There's a huge line here, holy moly. And all these people go into the soft touch where I'd like to go. So this here is Rocky Mountain Car Wash. Now there the bay we want to get in opens and the car goes in, or a truck. But I don't know, maybe we have to settle for the touch-free in the middle with only one car waiting. And over there are the self-serve, and looks like there's at least 3 of them that are busy. And then there's vacuums, I guess they're free. But that night we were here, they were always on, so. But yeah, we'll see if we can get through here and see how clean the car comes out. So while we're waiting here, we can look at this stuff real quick. Again, it tells us we're low. And we came down to 11% instead of, I think it was at 15. It did go up during the drive, even though we had pretty high winds for a while, but they hit us broadside on the left, and it actually increased up to 19%. But then we got into the hills and we got more headwind, and that was it. But we were going, the speed limit, cruise control was set at 82 miles per hour. So we made it easily to Butte. And so now Let's see here, we're down to 11%. And we used 421 watt hours per mile. So it was pretty thirsty coming here. It was only 81 miles. And so yeah, the high winds just eat it up. Also, we had the hills and we had to get over Homestake Pass, so that definitely doesn't help with the consumption. And trip B, there you can see we got 563 miles now, and we averaged 372 watt hours per mile, which is a little higher than our trip to Seaside, but it is a little colder and we're driving through the mountains, so that definitely increases consumption. So then let's see here, we're going let's do this here. Let's do Missoula Supercharger. Let's see what it says. MC1 slow. There we go. Okay, it says 123 miles to Missoula. And let's see. Let's begin the trip. So it's a supercharger in Butte for 40 minutes. And then we should arrive with 15% in Missoula, which won't be enough for us to get where we need to go, because we got another 30 miles from there. So we need about 25% preferably to be on the safe side. So if there is a 40-minute wait, then that will be probably more likely an hour to get this fully charged, or to get it charged high enough to get to home with a little safety cushion there. So, but we're still stuck here. Who knows how long this takes. Look at this car. Desperately needs a wash. Extremely desperate. Holy moly. It's nasty all the way around. And probably our headlights are kind of covered too. The front's covered pretty bad. So, oh, this headlight here has some moisture inside of it too. Look at that. Is that moisture or is that the lens? Huh, don't know. But it's definitely nasty and needs to be washed. But holy moly, people are lining up here. This is pretty darn busy. We got one more in front of us and then it's our turn. right, we're now at the supercharger already plugged in, but we gotta inspect the car real quick after the car wash. Looks pretty clean. And the nice thing is it got the mirrors too, because usually like these no touch, they don't get the mirror. And it looks like it got them pretty good. There's maybe a little bit stuff left there, but overall pretty good. It didn't get much on the inside of the rims there, huh? There's still a lot of shit in there. That's too bad. But overall, we're looking pretty good. Not too bad at all. So, yep. Not too bad. So the $10 car wash didn't even give you a dryer, so we had to go for the $16 car wash to get the dryers. You can see a little bit leftover stuff here and a little bit of foam there. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not too bad. So it's pretty busy here. There's 4 of us, so I decided to pull in next to Blitzen, as this is probably a slower charging one too, and so I'm probably not taking much away from him. While over here these 2 are probably charging relatively fast, and that's the same white Model S that was in Bozeman. They're going the same direction as we do. So, and then we got a Model Y over here, W717D. Not sure, but yep. So we got about an hour here. We already ate in Bozeman, so we don't need any food. We wasted quite some time at that car wash. That kind of sucks. So we won't be going to Perkins. I think we're going over that way there to the City Brew, hang out in there and have a coffee or something. Unless we want to go for a walk again as we did the other night, and that's where we came from, up there along that road. That's where we walked the other night, and that's how we found this car wash. So, and definitely this Y could use a car wash, and this S over here, and you can see it's got the red rim protectors on there, it looks like. So not too bad. British Columbia. All right, so let's go see how much we're getting here. Hopefully we should have 60-ish. Let's see. All right. Oh, 72. That's perfect. Even with another one plugged in right next to us, we are getting 72. So that is great. Like to see that. And I noticed it dropped our state of charge to 80%. And there's the message: high usage supercharger station. Charge limit set to 80%. So the car does that automatically. So if you pull up to a high usage charger, it will set it automatically to 80, but you just set it back up to 100 if that's what we need. And so we'll see. We probably need the 100 so we can go quickly and drive the speed limit. As you can see up there, the flag is flying high, so it is pretty windy, and we want to preferably drive the speed limit of 80 miles an hour all the way if we can. So wow, now we got even 73 kilowatts. But so we got 40 minutes according to this. So that is 40 minutes until we're ready to continue the trip according to this. So this is not 40 minutes to 100%, but we got to be close to 100% probably. So I think we're going to the coffee shop. Or what are we doing? Do we want to go to the coffee shop?
Yeah.
Huh? All right, let's go over to the coffee shop.